Hi guys, my name is Sergey and I'm the owner of Sergey Green Studio. We provide photography and videography service here in Los Angeles. And in today's video, I want to talk about the packages that we have. Why they build certain way, what is the pros and cons of this packages, which one will work the best for your specific wedding in your specific timeline. You might be watching this video from our website and you're familiar with our portfolio and the prices on the packages, and you might read a couple of blogs that we have there. Or maybe you found this video on YouTube and you're not even signing with us. In any case, this video would be very helpful for you and you'll get tons of valuable information and you would make much better choice with all this information. Before we get started, one last thing. You don't really have to pick one of these packages right now. What we're doing, we're trying to figure out the best option at this specific moment for your wedding based on the information that you have right now. Closer to the wedding, like somewhere like a week or 2 weeks before the wedding, we're sitting down with our clients in finalizing the package that would work the best for them based on the timeline, because you sign in us almost a year in advance before the wedding and things can change. So it's not a final decision. You can always go back and forth. But what we do want to do right now, we want to pick the best that you think work for you at this specific moment. So let's get started. And we're starting over here with our base package, the 6-hour package. Actually, we sell it very rarely, but still it's nice to cover. This package is usually fit for someone who has very intimate, very small wedding. Usually they are happening somewhere on the backyard or the opposite, somewhere in national parks or in a Joshua Tree right over here next to us. This package is for someone who has about 40-60 people on their wedding, and who also doesn't want to cover, let's say, the getting ready shots or the reception. This is for someone who wants to capture the ceremony itself, a few family shots, sunset pictures, and a couple other things maybe. This one doesn't include the album, but you can always add it. This package also doesn't include the engagement photo shoot, and again, you can add it. But overall, to summarize everything, this one for a very small intimate wedding, or the other way around is for destination wedding. Let's say you already had your main wedding and you came here to California to ride around through a couple of landmarks, let's say on PCH, do a couple of very nice shots and do the ceremony somewhere at the beach. In this case, this package would work for you very well as well. The next package is 8-hour package, or the silver package, is for someone who has the very decent sized wedding, let's say like 100-150 people, somewhere there. And for someone who wants to cover almost everything but willing to skip the part or the entire getting ready process and the second part of the reception, let's say like sparkle exit and things like that. This 8-hour package would be enough to start somewhere around 11 or noon and finish around 8. So basically it will cover the first part of the reception. We will start with the first look. We will do all the ceremony shots, wedding party, family pictures, sunset pictures, pretty much everything except for the things that I mentioned. You're also going to have 2 photographers right over here. So you're gonna get multiple angles on the reception. We will be able to do the wedding party and family pictures much quicker with the 2 photographers. You're also going to have 1-hour engagement photo shoot, which is good enough for one location, let's say for the park or for the beach. It's very popular here in California. You're also going to have 8x8 album, and to figure out the size of it, you would need to watch my video with the review of the albums that we have. I'll link it below in the description. And that's pretty much it. And at the end, you will have about 1,000 pictures or so. Why you might want to choose this package? Well, as I mentioned, you'll probably have to skip the part of the getting ready shots or the entire getting ready shots in the reception. It might be that you don't really want to have these pictures that's happening, or you might want to save some money to get an 8-hour videography package, which would make total sense. But if you want to cover completely everything, like all the most important things, you need to look at the 10-hour package, the gold package. And this package is for someone who has the wedding up to 200 people. And with this amount of hours, with 10 hours, we can cover pretty much everything. We're going to start from the getting ready shots, and because you have 2 photographers right over here, we can start in the 2 separate locations, because sometimes the bride and the groom getting ready in the 2 different spots. We will do your first look if you have one, and we're going to shoot it from 2 different angles. We will do the wedding party shots, and if we need it, we can make it much quicker with the 2 photographers, and we'll capture the ceremony from 2 different angles as well. And that's actually very important if you have your ceremony at the church, where you're not really allowed to walk much back and forth. We will cover the reception as well, and the great thing actually, if we tie it on the ceremony, on the timeline actually, one of our photographers can stay on the ceremony and the other can go and capture all the detail shots and everything like that. Same for the reception. If you have almost or close to 200 people, it's nice to have 2 professionals who can cover completely all the crowd. And usually this hours would be enough to get all the sparkle exit and all the most important things on the reception, as the father-daughter dance, son-mother dance, all the bouquet, toast, garters, sparkle exit, pretty much everything. Also in this package, you're gonna have twice bigger engagement photo shoot. You're gonna have 2 hours engagement photo shoot. And it's great if you want to do 2 separate locations. One of the most common scenarios is to go somewhere at the park and do an hour there, and to drive to the another spot and do the second hour somewhere at the beach. You're also going to have almost twice bigger album, 10 by 10, 20 pages instead of 10 pages right over here. And you're gonna have the 50 photos the next morning, and that's sometimes very confusing. It doesn't mean that I will show up the next morning after your wedding day. You probably don't want to see me there. It means that I'm going to deliver you 50 photos the next morning after the wedding. I also want to say that this is the most common package in our case, in our studio. And even if our clients sign in 8-hour package 2 weeks, 3 weeks before the wedding, when they see the timeline, they ended up switching to 10-hour package. The last few years, the 10-hour package was like 80–90% of the weddings. And the next package is very interesting. This is 14+ hours. Why plus, I'll tell you later. This is 14-hour coverage package, platinum package. And this one would fit the best. Actually, almost exclusively, this package is built for Persian, Armenian, Indian weddings, for any weddings that has over 300 guests or so. And this package for someone who wants to cover completely everything, who clearly see the value of each and every moment with their relatives and friends 10 years after, and who wants to just cover every moment that's going on your wedding day. What this package is included? This package included 3 photographers. And similarly to 10-hour package, we usually have 2 main photographers who staying with the bride and the groom separately at the beginning. And if you read my article about the Indian weddings or Armenian weddings, you know why that is just required by tradition. And the 3rd photographer is responsible for all the candidates moments, all the details and everything like that. We stay there for 14-hour plus. Why plus? Because the 3rd photographer will stay at this wedding until the very end. It might be 16 hours, 17 hours. Whatever wedding is required, let's say the reception goes until 3 a.m. in the morning, one of the photographers will be there. But main photographers will stay there for 14 hours. With this package, you will get way over 3,000 photos from 3 videographers. It makes complete sense. You're gonna have 3 hours engagement photo shoot. I would say it's like completely separate pre-wedding photo shoot, and you can do pretty much everything. We can go somewhere further to Palm Springs, to any national parks, and do completely different, I would say like almost fashion style photo shoot. This package also would include 3 albums, and that's a very important point, because usually when we do cultural weddings like I said, Armenian, Indian weddings, our clients want to present the album for the parents. So in this package, we have 16 by 12 album, which is pretty huge. You have to check out the video with the albums that I link in the description below. So the couple themselves gonna get 16 by 12, 30 pages album. And we also gonna provide 2 albums for their parents. Each one is 10 by 10, 20 pages album. You're also going to get 30 by 20 canvas, which you're probably going to place on the entrance to your wedding. And we will use the pictures that we're gonna do on your engagement session. And also, it's kind of a requirement. It's just the thing that this client's all constantly asking, and I decided to include it in this package. You're gonna get the hard drive with all of the footage, all the photo, all the video footage, raw footage, and everything like that. So, to summarize everything, usually this package is for someone who doesn't really want to think about the hours, who just want to cover completely everything. And you know that you go with this package when you have 300, 500 people on your wedding, you have elephants, party buses, fireworks, drummers, musicians, when lots of things going on. You're not really looking at any other packages, you're usually going with this one. This package is for someone who wants to cover everything in a reasonable time frame. And this one usually works the best for 80–90% of my clients. Actually, to have exact numbers, out of 45–48 weddings, somewhere there, 35 or so went with this package. 8 hours is for someone who knows for sure that they don't want to do the getting ready shots and the second part of the reception for some reason. As I mentioned, this couple's on the budget, or they just want to get the videography package as well and stay in a reasonable price range. And this package, personally for me, it's very rare. For someone who has very intimate small wedding on a backyard or at the small venue or somewhere in the national park, somewhere there. And I enjoy these weddings actually quite a lot because you ended up in very cool places like the Yosemite National Park or in the Joshua Tree or somewhere on the PCH. This wedding's always memorable, as pretty much all others. You might notice that I don't have the numbers over here, and that's because they are on my website. I'll link it in a description below, and that's because the price is changing from one year to another, and that's why it's a good idea to book your photographer way in advance. Let's say right now in 2021, it's a very good idea to book someone this year rather than you're gonna book your photographers in 2022 when the price is going to change. You can actually save quite a lot, like 20% or so. And one more thing before we finish. You might be looking at all of these packages and thinking like, none of them really work for me. Well, it's not a problem. We can always create completely custom package based on one of those or create something completely new. Again, 90% of the time, those packages work for our clients, but sometimes we just have to go forward and create something very special. Again, thank you so much for watching. I hope you got lots of useful information. Check my articles on the blog. They have tons of valuable information as well. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you next Thursday.